Welcome to I Am One, where I am one with the Creator and one with myself. In my last video, I had mentioned that I would do a quick altar tour. So this altar is my ancestor altar. And I have covered up their pictures because I want to keep their identities private. But I did want to share how I set the altar up itself. So I'm going to come in closer so that you can see everything. That's just our printer. This setup is serving a dual purpose. So on this level, I have that's my pendulum and how I divine when I'm asking my yes and no questions. That's my holder for my incense. I move that around as needed, but I was using it over here today as I was having breakfast with the ancestors. And then those are just some of the dried flowers after they have, served their purpose. I save them and I will recycle and use them in different workings for future workings. And then this is just my ashtray for my cigars when I offer, either when I smoke or I offer smoke up to my ancestors when I'm doing a working or just giving them a smoke offering during our time of fellowship. And so on this shelf, I'll pan out a little bit, and on the left side are my ancestors, and on the right side are my husband's ancestors. So I will pan to the left first. I have both sets of grandparents on my mother on the pictures on this frame here. I offer them water every several days. I replenish their water. My maternal grandmother, she was one to dip snuff back in the day, so I offer that tobacco in her honor. My mother was a big angel fan, so that angel, I don't like the usual portraits of angels, and so this is more of a being type angel rather than a specific looking kind of angel, and so that represents my mother. And then if you saw my red brick dust video where I was doing some red brick dust working, this is the brick that dust came from. And obviously this was from my paternal grandparents' home that burned down at some point last year. And the last time I was down home in Georgia, I had asked for permission actually from one of my uncles, and he gave me permission to take one of the bricks from the house. So that is that one that still shows the chars from the fire. But that is sentimental to me in remembering my big daddy and big mama, who are my father's parents. I do burn a candle when I am working with them or communing with them. So I had that burning a little bit this morning as I was having breakfast with them, and then put it out obviously when that time was done. I put these two chicken feet on here. These I painted and decorated myself. And those, if you don't know, in hoodoo tradition, conjure culture, these are to act as protection for your home, protection for your property. And so I have these throughout the house. And the flowers are the tulips. They were in my front yard. They come back every year. And since spring has sprung and they have come up, I have clipped them the last couple of weekends and brought some fresh flowers into the home for them. And my parents, my mother and my grandparents really did love flowers. They had flowers, both sets of grandparents had flowers on their property all the time. So that's just a little something to remember them by, and to share and to add some beauty to the altar for them. And then this side is for my husband's family, his grandparents, and his late father. Again, I offer them water as well. I didn't get to meet them all personally. I did get to speak to his father once before he passed, as well as his father's mother before she passed. His father's father was already gone, I believe, by the time we met or got together. But his maternal grandfather was a musician. He played trumpet, and our connection is that when I was growing up, I played the trumpet, so I thought that was something cool. So in the little canister there is just some musical notes, and I believe there's a trumpet in there, just something to pay homage to them, that's specific to them, that I have a connection with them with. And then at the top That's just a little, I'm a Leo, and I bought that for myself last year for my birthday. So I thought it was a cool box, so I saved the box. And then I just have a lamp at the top. During the day when I'm gone, this lamp is kind of in and out sometimes. So on the days that it works, I turn it on and I shine the spotlight on them. So when all the other lights are off, I want them to know that I'm thinking of them even when I'm not in the house, and that they have some energy coming their way. When I do have breakfast with them, the breakfast is on this level as well. I already cleaned up the dishes and everything, so that's why all that's gone right now. But in a nutshell, that is my ancestor altar. One thing I will point out that I have heard that you should not do is have your partners or your spouse's ancestors on the same shelf as yours. They can be like in the same room, but on a different shelf or in a different area. And for me, I disagree with that. Like I said, I do have a minor connection to them, at least for my husband's paternal side. Um, but nevertheless, I pay homage to them because without them, I wouldn't have him. And so I offer them coffee like I offer my people coffee. You see the water there, just like I give my people water. I keep all areas of the altar clean, so I'm not just cleaning my side, I clean their side as well. They are my family, and I may not be, directly connected to them in a very personal or intimate way, the way I am with my family. But again, I do not exclude them just because they're my husbands. I'm grateful to them for the blood that runs through his veins comes from them. The strength he has comes from them. The tenacity, the boldness, and the love and the power and everything else that he has comes from them. So to me, it has worked out beautifully to have them both on the same shelf. Obviously, they're not exactly together, and I give them all their space, but I acknowledge them. And will never not acknowledge them, whether I physically knew them or not. Their presence is made known through their son and grandson. So I will always, as long as I have an ancestor altar up, I will always acknowledge them and give them the same love, support, and energy that I give to my own people. So anyway, I just wanted this to be real quick. I hope that gave you some ideas. If you're not already doing an ancestor altar, that you would consider it, tweak it for whatever is important to you. This is just a little snippet of what I have done. And so thank you for joining me. Have a great day, and peace and blessings to you all.